When kids come into this program, I want them to know that they're part of a family. They're part of Boilermakers swimming and diving, but they're also part of my family, my personal family. And Kimiko and I, we deal with every kid as if they're our son or our daughter, and I mean that. And when I sit with parents and we're talking about whether they come to Purdue University, I tell them that they're going to get looked after as if they're my own son or they're my own daughter. And that means every single day in my interactions with them, when I'm coaching them, when I'm dealing with them, they may be going through some sort of a life issue or trial. I'm going to deal with them as if they are my son or my daughter, and I want to always keep their best interest in mind. And I truly, truly believe that. And I'm not perfect. There's times, of course, where it's so easy to get focused on me, or Purdue even becomes bigger than them, but ultimately it should be about their growth as a person constantly, and everything that we're doing here continues to help them grow as people. And the only way that's going to happen, I believe, is if we have a true family environment. And not just my relationship with them, but also what do we expect from them to how they interact with each other? You know, how are we talking to each other when we come to the pool, when we're standing on the boards? Are we encouraging? Are we helping? Are we building other people up? Or are we constantly making fun of and knocking people down? And we just believe that the environment is absolutely huge here. And one of my coaching philosophies has been that it's not my job to create a champion, but it's my job to create an environment where you can become a champion. And obviously a huge part of that environment is the people involved with it. It's the coaching staff, it's the divers, it's all the support staff, it's the people that make up the environment. It's the people that bring the power to anything, that bring the passion, that bring the drive to what we do. Great facilities are a must, and we must have them, but without people, without passion, without drive, without conviction, then you're not going to have success. And I need to bring that out of every single one of these young people when they come to this program, is to be passionate about what they do, be passionate about their diving and their success. And almost more importantly, though, is be compassionate, have empathy, and be fired up about the people around you, about your teammates. Want them to succeed just as much as they want to succeed, and together we will all reach a higher level than any one person on their own. As a coaching staff for myself and Kimiko, we've been on the international scene. Kimiko was an Olympian in 2004, and I've been fortunate and blessed to have traveled to many international meets and be on staff on many international meets and world championships, junior world championships, and so forth. And so I know what the international scene looks like. I know what type of diver it takes to compete on the international scene. Now, it depends on what the goal is for every diver. Many of the divers that we recruit here, they definitely have aspirations and goals to compete at the international level. And so many people have asked me, they said, what is your goal for this program? And I say, my goal is what the divers' goals are. My goal is to allow each diver to reach their goals. And we have a lot of divers here who come in with aspirations to compete at an international level. And I think sometimes it's just a little bit of a dream for them. And what Kimiko and I's job is to make that a reality, is to show them what it takes to be at that level, is to give them the tools necessary to compete at that level, and really keep our eyes on that level, keep our eyes on Olympic gold, keep our eyes on what the world's doing, not just what we are doing here in this country. You know what, if we fall short and that happens to be an NCAA championship or a Big Ten championship or an All-American, we'll take it. But it's really important to always keep the goals high, is to always continue to set that bar higher and higher and higher, and reach for what you just think is a little bit outside of attainable, and you'll surprise yourself that you actually end up reaching it, and then we set it a little bit higher, and always keeping that bar high. And if we fall a little short, like I said, and that's an NCAA champion, that's great. But what we've done here, I guess, is just really give an awareness of what it takes to be at that level, and then see who wants to jump on board. And we've been fortunate that we've got a group of 5 or 6 kids here on this team now who have competed at the international level. And I bet if you asked them, they didn't think that they could. And they've realized through a lot of hard training and a lot of perseverance, you know what, I can reach that level, and then they do. I mean, we want to have fun. I mean, if we're not having fun doing it, then pack your bags and go do something else. Because number one, you always got to keep in perspective that this is sport, and that's all it is. This is diving, or this is swimming, or this is basketball, or track, or whatever sport. That literally, this is sport, and this is a small area, a small time in your life where you want to use this time to have an unbelievable time, but also continue to grow as a person and enjoy the process. Many times what Kimiko and I have run up against is people get so focused on the end result. They want to be an Olympian, or they want to win a Big Ten champion, or and they lose the process. They lose the enjoyment of the process. You know, I've told every kid that I want them to climb the mountain as high as they can possibly climb. But regardless whether they reach the top or they only get halfway, I want them to be able to turn around, look, and say, what an unbelievable climb it has been. Look at the waterfall I had to go around, or the boulder I had to dodge. Because there's always going to be those trials and those problems that come along in any process. And if you don't find enjoyment and really embrace those challenges and see and really look inside and say, okay, well, what can I learn from this? Why is this coming my way? What can I learn from this? How can I get better? How can I continue to grow? And I think we've just really tried to foster that environment here, is that let's enjoy every moment. Let's look at every moment as an opportunity to become a better diver, become a better person, learn something about ourselves, grow in our pursuit and goals of the ultimate things in life, which is really going to be beyond this. When you move on to your families and your careers and where you're going to spend the big majority of your life. But right here in this small time of 4 years, 5 years maybe max, is just really, really enjoy it, have a good time, and learn a lot along the way.